Hey everyone, and welcome. Ever wonder what's actually inside your phone, your laptop, or pretty much any gadget you own? Well, today we're taking a virtual tour of a modern electronics factory to see exactly how it all comes together. We're going to explore how printed circuit boards, the real brains behind everything, are assembled.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. Every single electronic device you use, from your TV remote to your car's dashboard, it all started its life right here, inside a PCB factory. At the heart of it all is a printed circuit board, or PCB, covered in all those tiny components. And putting that board together, it's a game of insane precision, and it's the very bedrock of the entire electronics industry. So, let's pull back the curtain and see how it's done.
All right, here's our game plan for the tour. First, we'll get a quick welcome and an overview of the factory floor. Then, we'll dive right into the SMT assembly line. After that, we'll check out the through-hole process. We'll also see how they make sure everything is absolutely perfect in the quality department, look at some common challenges they face, and wrap it all up with the amazing precision of modern automation.
Okay, so let's imagine we're stepping onto the factory floor right now. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of all the amazing machines here, it's super important to understand the whole journey a PCB goes on. We're talking from a totally blank slate to a fully functional, tested circuit board.
So, this whole trip a board takes through the factory can really be broken down into four main stages. It all starts with making the bare board itself. That's usually a sheet of fiberglass material like FR4 with copper pathways etched onto it. After that, we hit the two big assembly stages. First is SMT assembly for all the tiny microscopic parts, and then it's through-hole assembly for the bigger, tougher components. And finally, arguably the most critical part, a whole battery of inspection and testing to make sure it actually works. Now, in this factory, there are really two core ways of attaching components to a board. On one hand, you have SMT, which stands for Surface Mount Technology. This is where components are mounted right on the surface of the PCB. It's the key to making things super small and compact. On the other hand, you have PTH, or plated through holes. Here, the component's little metal legs or leads go all the way through holes drilled in the board. This creates a much stronger physical connection. And you know what? Most boards you see today actually use a mix of both of these technologies.
All right, our first big stop on the tour. Welcome to the SMT assembly line. This place is just incredible. It's super fast, almost completely automated, and it's where the real magic of miniaturization happens. This is how we get so much computing power into such tiny devices.
Okay, so the very first thing that happens here is applying solder paste. So what is solder paste? It's basically a thick, gray goo made of millions of tiny little balls of solder mixed with a chemical called flux. The best way to think about this step is like screen printing a t-shirt. They lay a thin metal stencil over the bare board, and a blade, kind of like a squeegee, spreads the solder paste across it. The stencil has tiny holes that make sure the paste only goes exactly where the components need to be soldered. It's part glue, part future electrical connection.
Okay, now for my favorite part, the pick-and-place machine. This thing is an absolute blur of motion. It's a high-speed robot that does exactly what its name says. It uses tiny vacuum nozzles to pick components up from these big reels and then places them with mind-blowing precision right onto the spots of solder paste we just applied. We're talking about placing tens of thousands of components every single hour, some of which are literally smaller than a grain of sand. It is just incredible to watch.
So right now, the components are just sitting there, held on only by the stickiness of the solder paste. To make that connection permanent, the board has to take a trip through a very special oven. Now, this isn't your kitchen oven. It's a long, conveyor-style reflow oven with several different temperature zones. First, it goes into a preheat zone to warm everything up gently. Then it hits the soak zone, which gets the flux in the paste ready to work its magic. Next is the reflow zone, the hottest part, where the solder melts and forms all those permanent connections. And finally, a cooling zone brings the temperature back down carefully to make sure the new solder joints are strong and solid.
All right, all the tiny surface mount parts are now soldered securely in place, but the board's journey isn't over yet. Now it moves to a different part of the factory, the through-hole assembly line. This is where they add the bigger, bulkier components, things that need a really strong physical connection to the board, like connectors, large capacitors, and transformers.
So these through-hole components are different. They have long metal legs or leads that are designed to be pushed right through holes that have been pre-drilled in the board. Sometimes this is done by a person and sometimes by an automated machine. So why do this? Well, it's all about strength.
For parts that you're going to be plugging things into over and over again, like a USB port or a power jack, you need that super strong mechanical bond so it doesn't break off. That's where through-hole really shines.
So how do you solder all those pins at once? Doing it by hand would take forever. The answer is a process called wave soldering, and it's pretty dramatic to see. Imagine the board moving on a conveyor belt over a big vat of molten liquid solder. A pump creates a perfect standing wave of solder, and as the bottom of the board passes right over the crest of that wave, bam, all the through-hole pins get soldered in one clean pass. It's an incredibly efficient way to do it for high-volume production.
Okay, the board is fully assembled, but we're not done. Not even close. You can build 1,000,000 boards, but if they don't work, it's all for nothing. That's why quality control is absolutely critical. So let's head over to the inspection department, where every single board gets put through its paces to make sure it's perfect. The first line of defense here is usually a machine called an AOI, which stands for Automated Optical Inspection. You can think of it as a super-powered robot inspector with high-resolution cameras for eyes. It snaps a bunch of pictures of the board and uses some really smart software to compare it to a perfect golden board image. It's incredibly fast at spotting common problems, like a missing component, a part that's put on backwards, or visible soldering mistakes.
But here's the catch. AOI can only see what's visible on the surface. What about components where the connections are hidden underneath? I'm talking about things like modern processors, which are called ball grid arrays, or BGAs. The solder joints are actually tiny balls hidden completely under the chip. So how do you check those? Well, you give the board an X-ray. An X-ray inspection machine lets us see right through the component and look at the solder balls underneath to check for any hidden defects. After all the visual and X-ray checks, it's time for the final exam, functional testing. This is the real moment of truth. The board is actually powered on for the very first time. It's hooked up to a special test fixture that simulates its real-world environment. This test checks everything, voltages, currents, signals, to make sure it's not just put together right, but that it actually works exactly the way it was designed to. If it passes this, it's officially ready.
Look, even with all this incredible automation, no manufacturing process is 100% perfect 100% of the time. A huge part of running a successful factory is playing detective, finding the little defects, figuring out what caused them, and then fixing the process so it doesn't happen again. So let's take a look at some of the common gremlins that can pop up during assembly.
And engineers have some pretty great names for these defects. For example, there's tombstoning. This is when a tiny little component stands up on one end during the soldering process, looking just like a tiny tombstone. Then you have solder bridges, which are exactly what they sound like. Accidental little bridges of solder that short-circuit 2 points that shouldn't be connected. And then there are cold solder joints, which look dull and grainy and make for a really unreliable connection.
What's really cool is that each of these defects tells a story about what went wrong in the process. That tombstoning, it's usually a sign that the reflow oven heated one side of the component faster than the other. Those solder bridges, that often means too much solder paste was applied way back in the first step. By figuring out the root cause, engineers can constantly fine-tune the process parameters to get closer and closer to that ultimate goal of a zero defect rate. And that really brings us to the end of our tour. As we've seen, making the electronics that power our modern world is this amazing dance between high-speed robotics, advanced material science, and some seriously clever process engineering.
If you boil it all down, this whole operation really stands on 3 key pillars. First, there's precision, the ability to handle and place components that are smaller than a speck of dust. Second, there's automation, with these incredible robots working around the clock at speeds we could never hope to match. And third, it's all tied together by engineering, constantly tweaking and optimizing temperatures, speeds, and every little variable to ensure the highest possible quality.
So, what does it take to build these invisible worlds inside our devices? Well, it takes all of that incredible combination of precision, automation, and relentless engineering. The next time you pick up your phone or turn on your computer, just take a second to think about the amazing, highly controlled industrial journey it went on to get into your hands. Thanks so much for joining me on this tour.